Hi everyone, it's Tom. I'm going to break down the Internazionale Manchester United Champions Cup game from yesterday. Tactically, I'm going to dissect the game. Before I get into that, please like this video and subscribe to Flying Pig United. He is a pleasant chap. One thing I've got to talk about, this is about United. I'm going to tactically analyse each game throughout the season, whether the Flying Pig United wants them or not. I'm going to do them and hopefully give you kind of a deeper layered analysis rather than we look sluggish, you know, he wasn't getting forward. I'm actually explaining kind of the in-depths of the tactics if whatnot. But I've got to say, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, what an absolute nutter. He had his way yesterday in El Trafico completely in every way. I've not seen much like it on a football field. He scored the perfect hat-trick. Not only that, he was just all over his opposition. Absolute LAFC just having his way with him. Will Farrell was probably just head in hands. Unbelievable. He scored the goals. The first one was absolutely brilliant. Shades of Paul Gascoigne against Scotland from '96. Not quite as good as that goal, but he is the best volleyer of the ball ever, bar none. I'm saying it now. Zlatan Ibrahimovic is the best striker of the ball from the air ever. Better than Van Basten, better than Mark Hughes, anyone else you can think of. He has such control, timing, technique, power. He has it all. He's the best ever at that. He's not bad in the air either. The second goal was great, and then the third one was left foot. Like I said, perfect hat-trick, right foot, left foot header. On the third goal, he's got off, celebrated, absolute beast. He's just ran through an LA player, and the LA player's kind of dove. He's just celebrating, running off, and he just runs through the player. The player's kind of gone down and then realised, hang on, I can't dive, we're not in game. It was a real bitty game, lots of diving. It was almost like an Italian Serie A fixture. It was very strange, actually. It was good. It was good to see it. It was on primetime ESPN. It shows how much the game's growing here. But and whatever you think of the standards, Zlatan came up big after he'd talking a lot of smack early in the week about the opposition and the opposition player Carlos Vela, who's the top scorer in MLS right now. But again, it's about Manchester United, but I just had to drop in there. That was one of the coolest things I've seen in a while. To talk about the Man United game against Internazionale, Man United played a 4-2-3-1, but it was kind of a lopsided 4-2-3-1. I'll explain as we go through the team, but I'm going to break it down individually, group, and then team. And we'll start at the back. De Gea in goal, Luke Shaw left back, Tuanzebe and Lindelof in the centre there, and wan-bissaka right back, who makes all the difference in the world, by the way. The back four played pretty decently. Individually, Luke Shaw was a little bit quiet, didn't get forward too much, but solid. Lindelof is very solid now. Tuanzebe, he's a bit of a beast. He looks like a one for the future for sure. A little bit out of position at times, but didn't hurt himself, didn't hurt his brand at all. And then wan-bissaka individually is unreal. His duels, he won everything. Looks like no one could get around him. He's impenetrable. And he got forward too. He's getting forward. That was kind of his rap, that he's an amazing defender, which Man United needed. People going around Ashley Young like you just wasn't there last year. But wan-bissaka going forward, he can do stuff too. Obviously, he set up the goal against Perth, and he was getting forward. But there was a reason that he was allowed to get forward a bit more, and Shaw wasn't. But we'll get into that. Individually, Matic, he's solid on the ball. He's okay. He slows United down a bit. I know that's kind of the common theme right now. I do think he's a very good player. I do think he's a player that right now would be amazing in Serie A. In a fast league like England, we'll see. We'll see. Pogba was fantastic in shades and kind of his Manchester United career, in and out of the game, but he was absolutely brilliant in patches. One of the better players on the field, absolutely. And Lingard was kind of that attacking midfield role, which I was kind of disappointed to see. I want to see Pogba in that free role, but actually it made sense from the way Manchester United are pressing. We'll get into that when we go to group. And then you had Martial, quiet game, looked good at times. James, raw product, did work helping back, but okay. I was really looking forward to actually seeing him play against a back three and seeing them just panic with his pace. But he was playing back as well. And they kind of had to be fair to Inter Milan. They handled him very well. And then Rashford up front. Okay, we'll go down group and I'll just go front to back now. Man United, Rashford, Martial, they were playing kind of going like this a lot. They were interchanging all the time interchanging, especially the first 25 minutes, and James was kind of down that right. Now, what was interesting about that is it allowed wan-bissaka to go up the right because James A was in that position all times and would track back and help. Now, with Martial and Rashford going back and forth, Luke Shaw at times was isolated on that left back side. Now, we'll just go back through the team and I'll try and kind of go as much as we explain the groups, but might have to jump around a bit if that makes sense. So you've got Rashford and Martial interchanging. You've got Daniel James on the right. And again, as I said, it was lopsided. It was always like Martial's the left forward, Rashford's the centre forward, James was an attacking mid. So that happens a lot, but again, 4-2-3-1, but he was lopsided. So, but allowed wan-bissaka to get forward. And Luke Shaw didn't get forward as much, but remember, Luke Shaw never really had someone in front of him permanently, which meant he was probably told before the game, just watch that. And Solskjaer's not the kind of coach, I don't think, to say stay back, hold your ground, not kind of Mourinho-esque in that way. But that would have come into it. And when I say about like the in-depth, he needs to get forward more thing, all these different things are going on in a game, and you've got to realise that every effect has another effect around the field. So there are games where players just can't be a superstar standout if they're doing a job for the team. And that was one thing yesterday with Luke Shaw. I thought he wasn't getting forward as much, but he didn't have that player in front of him who could help track him back, so he was isolated a lot. Now, to counter that, Manchester United had Matic and Pogba in here, and Matic always went to the left. Now, obviously, Solskjaer again, or the backroom staff, or whoever, had told them, Martial and Rashford, you're going to be interchanging. Matic, just watch to your left a bit more. That doesn't mean go to your left every time. Just make sure that you're not leaving Shaw isolated completely out there. And again, the way the defence would have slid across would have covered that as well. It did allow wan-bissaka to bomb on. That did allow Paul Pogba to get a bit forward at times as well. Now, let's go to the press. Manchester United are pressing right now. Good. Everyone kind of likes it. Yay, we're playing expansive, high-pressing soccer. We're not doing it properly yet. Unfortunately, you can see every time you get the first, I'm going to say first defender, but I mean our attacker who's pressing the ball. So first defender goes in, closes down the ball. Their body shape's not great. They're not showing them either inside or outside. Now, do we want to show them outside or inside? Now, you normally say outside, right? Because the goal's inside. There's a lot of inside, outside there. However, if you've got more players in the park, you might want to show them inside. That makes sense? So if you're playing a 3-5-2, like Inter Milan were, they might want to pressure you to show you inside because they've got 3 players in the park instead of like a 4-4-2 when you have 2 and you want to keep them outside because you've got 2 fullbacks and 2 wingers, okay? Hopefully that makes sense, right? We're not showing them anywhere, and the second defender was arriving quick. So if Rashford was the first defender pressing and Martial was the second defender covering, okay, the third defender, unless it was Lingard, because he's the best presser Manchester United have, which we'll get into in a little bit here, third defender was always on the heels. Now the problem with that is if you play high press, and I watched Liverpool and Dortmund the other night. Liverpool were playing high pressure, the whole team steps. Essentially, when someone's pressing, the whole team steps, closes space. That's what you got to do. From the goalkeeper to the defenders, everyone steps. Manchester United aren't even into the third defender yet. That's a worry. Again, unless it's Lingard, because he presses the ball the best out of anyone in the team, and that's why he was very useful. People said that he did not play well. I completely disagree. He was not great on the ball, but he was doing a lot of work for the team, and the way United were playing, he actually contributed to our style more than anyone on the pitch. Now again, he was a bit sloppy, he looks a bit tired. I'm not sure what that is because normally he's a super fit lad, naturally fit lad, but that's kind of where we are with that, is that pressing isn't quite there. Now, they've done it for 2 weeks. They didn't play that wave. Manchester United were pragmatic, sag back. They used to always have a line of confrontation, i.e. when the other team gets to this certain line, that's when you start a pressure cover balance. But that didn't happen at all. So we are playing that high pressing, looks like, and I think Ollie's going to go with that. And again, it's smart having Matic kind of cover that left a little bit, giving Pogba a role where Lingard's kind of filling in, but also you've got them 2 right back and left back that can kind of step up, because at times wan-bissaka did come in there. He did look to come in there and fill that little gap in the middle if Pogba went. And then, like I said, Lindelof and Tuanzebe, you could see Tuanzebe, to wan-bissaka's great credit, wan-bissaka and Lindelof were kind of keeping him in check and keeping him around. You put Maguire in that defence, and this isn't about transfers, I'm just talking tactics. but you put someone dominant in there who's a big lad, oh, they're going to be really good. And then De Gea was flapping at stuff, but you got to give him the benefit of the doubt still, because he is one of the best keepers alive, if not the best keeper alive. I kind of talked a lot about how we were without the ball. With the ball, we were quite fluid at times, but still too stagnant. It was almost like you had to be immediately involved for movement. We need better movement, a lot better movement, and maybe I'll break that down in the next video, how Manchester United can kind of have more fluidity in their attack. They did develop width. The ball was getting moved reasonably quickly. The problem is Pogba likes to turn and take a couple of touches. He's brilliant at it. Matic takes 2 touches every time. Martial dribbles at people. The ball gets slowed down a lot. We just need that one player, Bruno Fernandes, but we need one player that's just going to play. But all in all, very positive. Tactically okay. Tactically sound. High pressure. Needs to be better if that's truly the way we're going. Tell me your thoughts. Tell me what you think. I want to dissect this part of the game. I'm just fed up, really, of hearing people say, "Oh, Manchester United are sluggish," or "Oh, yeah, we've got a high press more." We're actually breaking it down to what it actually means. And "Oh, he was quiet today." Well, yeah, but why was he quiet? Was he doing a job for the team? Was there something tactically that we needed him to almost just fill in and be quiet? I'd love to get just stuff like that. I really want to make sure that people are kind of understanding the depth of the game and not just the easy eye test deals. And so if that interests you, and I think it should if you're a real football fan, then chuck a like on this video, subscribe to Flying Pig United, and let me know what you think in the comments below. Cheers, everyone.